One of the lessons I would like to give my children is one of the lessons, maybe the fourth or perhaps the third today, about the importance of choosing where you want to serve. Whether you want to serve someone else or where you want to work. These are important moments when you start choosing your own life. This is especially relevant when it comes to military service. This is specifically about military service, and the reason I'm talking about it now is that I don't have any children in the military, and I'm not in the military myself. But life goes on, and my videos might be heard by my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren later on. And life has one meaning, that is the meaningful component in life. In fact, in our whole life is just one. It will never change. Because for us, for the human race, it is built like a matrix. Have you noticed we spend our whole lives chasing some kind of white rabbit? And what is this white rabbit? Some kind of unknown happiness. We don't know what it is, but we want it, right? We spend our whole lives chasing this rabbit. We don't understand where we're running to. It's a reckless movement to somewhere. You always have to think through your steps and take responsibility for each one. Emotionally, of course, you can understand young people when they act emotionally, do certain things, maybe make big mistakes. These can be major mistakes that will have to be. You need to reconsider, think things through, check yourself, review everything, and decide whether what you did was right. If you realize that your action was wrong, you need to analyze the whole situation. Don't blame anyone. Blaming someone else in any situation, not yourself, but someone else, that's the last thing you should do. That's childish. That shows a lack of mental discipline. When you blame someone else but never yourself, that means your mind is still not mature, that you are not yet an adult, that your current state of mind hasn't fully developed or grown enough to accurately and comprehensively assess the intricate situation that surrounds you at this very moment. It's a childish state of mind when you blame everyone around you. Everyone is at fault except you. In any situation that unfolds around you, these are lessons for you. Any situation that develops around you shows you your weaknesses and your strengths. It shows you and gives you the opportunity to find a solution, a way forward, what you should do tomorrow and what the day after tomorrow. You need to figure this out for yourself and put everything in its place. And when you put everything in order, you'll see that in some situations you are at fault, seriously at fault. Don't start blaming others again. Only look at yourself. But don't beat yourself up either. That's also an important point. You need to get to the bottom of the issue and clean out your own Augean stables. Augean stables are full of horse manure. You need to remove it from your mind and your life. In this case, when you lay everything out, just take a piece of paper and a pencil and start drawing out all your problems. Here's one, there's another. Who's to blame? In your opinion, you start drawing everyone, but put yourself in the center and see what happens. Who are you in that center? Maybe all your problems actually started with you. And if so, accept it. Have the courage within yourself, or rather not even courage, but reason. Have the wisdom to apologize for your actions, even if they happened 5 or 10 years ago. Have the wisdom to apologize for those actions. Again, don't look for proof of someone else's guilt. Look for proof of your own fault. And your fault will only be that you acted unreasonably. Foolishly, unreasonably. Of course, there were some reasons for that, that's clear. So every such reason forms the basis of your behavior. But you need to understand that a lack of reason lies at the root of all your troubles, all your unresolved problems, all your poverty, your misery, whether you lost friends or didn't lose friends. By the way, we should also talk about friends, how much you really need them. Acquaintances, yes. Sort through your acquaintances. There are acquaintances and there are friends. Friends? Do you really need friends? To chat and brag about how well you're doing? Well, that's just silly, isn't it? Why? Is it to boost yourself up, knowing deep down that you feel humiliated? Humiliated by what? By your own foolishness in life. So you realize that you're foolish in life. But you get puffed up, you want to show that you're such a smart person. But it doesn't work. Because life shows you, here's your intelligence, here's how you live. That's your intelligence. You see, never shift your problems onto someone else. You didn't get something you wanted. No, you just didn't take it. You didn't take it. You didn't take it with your mind, with your behavior. You simply couldn't because your foolishness was always one step ahead of you. Foolishness is common among young people. It's fueled by emotions, especially sexual emotions. And here, sexual emotions, they ruin your whole life. They really ruin your life. These are your sexual emotions. A person, but it's like an animal, right? It divides. Some are rational and others are animalistic. Animals are those whose sexual emotions overflow, whose brains shut off, and only sex starts to speak. This is a big problem for a person, meaning in their head. It's a big problem. But the thing is, this is a problem that people, everyone, no matter what kind of family a child is from, this is imposed on all people, imposed. And here it's important, while still a small child, to start understanding that these are imposed problems. But who would have told us this, friends? In our youth, no one tells us these things. And these are very important moments when someone tells you about them in your younger years. And when the family hierarchy is built, within the family hierarchy must be established correctly. And that's when, if it is established correctly, it is maintained, supported, and nourished by emotions. Then the family begins to thrive. When the family hierarchy is formed incorrectly, the negative emotions that arise as a result begin to destroy the whole family. And then there will be no happiness in that family. It may be fleeting, momentary, but for the most part, it doesn't exist. So if you don't have any friends, don't be upset. You have people who are connected with you in all sorts of business and partnership relationships who bring you money and feed your family. These are very important questions. Think deeply, understand yourself truly, and make some informed decisions. The right decisions that are genuinely beneficial to you for your future. I am Tanya Karatsuba Said Burkan. This is a safety lesson for my children. 10th,